What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another transfer update. Just thought I'd check in, see what the latest news is today. Who will Arsenal sign in this transfer window, man? It's a bit of a merry-go-round at the moment. You know, stories being rewritten daily, and, we're kind of going round in circles at the moment. But I think there will be action towards the end of this week. In terms of Gabriel and whether he will join Arsenal or not, and in terms of Aubameyang's contract being announced. And, I think Arsenal will announce that sometime this week. I mean, I understand Arsenal return to training on Saturday this week. So Aubameyang should be back in the country by, Friday at the latest. I think Arsenal will make a big promotional video. They'll want, a big celebration of Aubameyang signing. So I'd expect that to be completed over the weekend, at the latest, the start of the week, next week. I think we all know that's going to happen. But, you want to see it announced. While it's not announced, you still feel a little bit edgy about it all. Big up everyone in the chat. Hope you're all well. Big up Aaron. Great comments from you guys all the time, man. Always supporting. Curtis Deluded in Turkish speak the most facts on AFTV. Hey, big up my two amigos, man. We got live streams coming. In fact, I see I did one with Deluded yesterday, and Deluded did one with Turkish, actually. Go check them out as well. What's going on, G? I finally caught you on live. Yeah, usually I do late nights, but today I had a few plans this evening, so I thought I'll get on in the day. So, yeah, as I was saying, the latest, Arsenal return to training on Saturday. So Aubameyang should be back in the country by Friday at the latest. So I think everything's been done. The contract's been agreed. It'll be a 3-year deal, 250 grand a week, big bonuses, big signing on fee, and Aubameyang will be announced. But, we just want to see it done. Let's be honest. We don't want to keep waiting for the announcement to be made. So that will happen towards the end of this week, starting next week at the latest. So be patient with that one. New fan Curtis, dig your show. Big up, man. Appreciate all the new subscribers coming over. Had fantastic support lately from you guys. All the time, to be honest. Are we sure we want Gabriel? I do think he'll be a good signing, but he seems to be deciding between us and Napoli. Don't we want people who want to play for us? Yeah, we do. You've got to understand that, he's a 22-year-old lad. It's a big decision for him, and I'm sure Napoli have made him an attractive offer. And, they'll be saying, Italian football will suit you and all these things. So, look, they're not straightforward decisions, man. So be patient. Big up. Let me just go back to that comment. Caden says, one of the realest YouTubers. I appreciate that, bro, man. It's a big compliment. Money Green, welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV. Best intro. Big up. Hey, man. I don't know how that actually started, It's just something that you start and then you have to keep going with it. Hi, Curtis. First time caught you live. Big up, Michael. As I say, man, I usually do the lives late at night, but today, daytime. Yeah, don't forget, everyone, subscribe. Any of you guys haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel. Lots of content. I got interviews coming up with Premier League footballers. I got more live streams coming up with other people as well. This is somewhere you want to be, man. Subscribe. Join me on the journey. So, yeah. Gabriel, the latest on Gabriel. I mean, the British press, they don't seem too sure about what's happening. A lot of the time, the British press are actually the last people to find out the news and exactly what's happening, man. It seems as if Arsenal have made an offer to Lille. I believe it's £22 million with add-ons of around £4 million on top of that. So around 26 million, around 30 million euros. And that'll be accepted. That's fine. It's just a case of who Gabriel is going to sign for. Is he going to sign for Arsenal or is he going to sign for Napoli? I'm confident that it'll come to Arsenal. I think the connection with Edu, the fact we've got Willian and David Luiz and Martinelli, there's a real, Brazilian connection going on. You look at Napoli as well. I think they've qualified for the Europa League as well. there's no way Napoli are a bigger club than us either. So, and I think the Premier League is more exciting than Italy. What you do have to understand, is sometimes the Premier League is a very difficult league for defenders. Defenders get exposed in the Premier League. It's so quick. The attackers are so good. Sometimes these guys probably want to go to an easier league. He may view Italy as an easier league for him to progress. So we have to be patient. And, I do think, and you've also got to look as well. He may be looking at it going, if I go to Arsenal, I'm going to play next to, Saliba, and who's a young player, David Luiz, who's at the end of his career, not at his best, and things like that. He may think, if I go to Napoli, quite defensive, they've got Koulibaly there, that may be easier for him. So, you've got to look at those things as well. It's not a straightforward decision all the time. He can't sign for Napoli with Koulibaly and Manolas there. How's he going to play? Yeah, I think they're going to try and move Koulibaly on, but he's definitely going to cost a lot of money. And I'm not sure, I'm reading they want 90 million euros. Who's going to have 90 million euros in this market? Koulibaly is 29 as well. I think that's an unrealistic figure to be asking for. Gabriel's father liked the tweet AFTV put out on Instagram. Like the tweet AFTV. And on Instagram has been following. Yeah, so I reported this yesterday. Gabriel Martinelli's dad liked a post that AFTV put out on Instagram saying that Gabriel had agreed terms with Arsenal. I mean, things like that. I mean, surely, man, why would his dad like that comment, like that post if he was going to Napoli? It doesn't make sense. Hello, bro. How are you? Everything's good, man. Hope all you guys are all right. Appreciate your comments as always. Apparently Napoli want Socrates. I mean, if they want Socrates, give him. Take him whenever you want him, you can have him. No problem. Let's have a look. Arsenal are a bigger club, can offer more money and can guarantee more playing time. You would think so. You mean Gabriel is 22? I noticed that Gabriel was voted in the French team of the season today. So that's a good accolade for him. It's really his breakthrough season there. So I think, he's certainly got everything that we want. I think he ticks those boxes. He's left-footed. He's big. He's fast. He's a little bit rash at times, but I think he'll learn. And I think Arteta wants players he can coach. Big up, Curtis. Love your voice and insight. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Big C, hope you're doing great. I'm good, bro. Hope you're well. Hope everyone's keeping safe out there. Are we signing Gabriel? I hope so. I'm confident. You know how we deal with Napoli, man. Napoli, they tried to get Torreira. Apparently, they'd agreed terms with him. We came and got him. They wanted Leno. When we wanted him, we came and got him. They wanted Pepe. They'd agreed terms. They'd agreed a fee. They thought he was in the bag. We came out and he came, he came to Arsenal. So I'm confident that that this Gabriel deal will be done, man. I think he will come to Arsenal. Good question, man. Which where's it gone? Which players are we selling now? I think Arsenal are actively trying to get rid of a number of players. I think it's difficult to get rid of them, How can you go to a club and say, take Socrates off me? He's 31, 32. He's past his best. He's on 80 grand a week. Take him and give me a transfer fee. How do you convince people to do that? I think, Socrates was talking before the pandemic that if he wasn't being given sufficient playing time, he may have to look elsewhere. He's now saying, and his agent saying, he's happy to see out his contract. These guys are looking at it from a footballing point of view, going, in your 30s, not really clubs knocking on the door for you. You're on big money. We're just coming out of a pandemic, man. It's difficult to get a decent move. So you'll see the likes of Ozil and Socrates. They're not going to leave unless they've got big offers on the table. And who's going to want to sign these guys? Big up my brother Curtis, loving the show from here in Dubai. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Hope you're enjoying the weather over there. I've got a friend who lives over there. He tells me it gets up to crazy temperatures over there, man, like 40 degrees and that. The weather's changed a little bit over here. Let's see. Yeah, I saw this story today. Schalke want Kolasinac. We would have to take a pay cut. They're willing to pay 20 million euros, apparently. But he's on 100,000 a week, so it's very difficult to do that. Hey man, love your work. I know this was all about who will Arsenal sign, but I want your opinion on our goalkeeping problem. We haven't had two good goalkeepers for a while. Who do you think should start next year? I mean, this is such a conundrum for me because I do think Martinez was brilliant when he came in, but we still have to put in perspective. Martinez was brilliant for 6 or 7 weeks, for 10, 11 games. I think Leno was voted second or third player of the season for us after Aubameyang. We've waited a long time to get a good goalkeeper. If Martinez wants to go and a team was willing to pay decent money for him, I would let him go. I don't think you can be letting Leno go because there's no guarantees that Martinez is going to be able to produce that over the course of a season. I mean, can you imagine you sold Leno? You went with Martinez and then he starts making mistakes and his confidence drops and all of a sudden you're saying he's not quite as good as we thought. I think with Leno, we know where he's at. We know he needs to improve, but you have to understand Leno has not had a good defense in front of him the whole time he's been here. So, look, I would do my best to keep both of them. But if you force me to say, look, one of them's got to be sold, I would keep Leno, even though I think Martinez was fantastic at the end of the season and the passion he's got for the club is amazing as well. All right, Curtis, man, if we sign all the players that Arteta wants, our team will be looking good. Top 4, no probs. I think it'll still be hard to get in the top 4, but I'm confident if we get all those players, But when do Arsenal ever get all the players we're linked with? I mean, one player that I personally don't think we'll be getting now is Philippe Coutinho. It seems as if, with Ronald Koeman has been named or is being named today as the Barcelona new manager. And apparently he's already put out statements saying that he may look to keep Coutinho at Barcelona next season. I think they want to sell some of their older players. So, if Barcelona want to keep Coutinho, there's no way we have any chance of getting him. Which is unfortunate because I felt like there was a chance of us getting him, but maybe we moved a little bit too slow and, a new manager's about to come in and that deal could be done in terms of getting Coutinho. Big up man like Curtis Love from India. Great insights. I appreciate that, man. Big up everyone who watches from all over the world, man. It's amazing, when you're sitting in your house and people are connecting with you from all over the world. Where are you guys messaging from today, man? Where are you at? How many of our players do you think we will actually sell? I'm desperate for Guendouzi to leave. I think we'll be lucky if we can get rid of 3 or 4 this summer. Honestly, I think you may see Mkhitaryan. That deal will go through. I reckon he'll be a free. Maybe a Socrates, a Kolasinac. I just don't think many of them will go. I don't think people will be banging on the door to sign these guys. Stefan's in Romania. Ahmed's in Oman. Dapper's in South Africa. Painkiller in Norway. You guys are worldwide, man. We're creating a great community here. Malaysia. You're all over the place, man. Big up everyone for tuning in. Curtis, I know we are linked with a lot of people, but I see major reports only for Partey, Gabriel, Ceballos, and Awa. I always get this guy's name wrong. Link major. They seem to be the main ones, definitely. Big up Curtis Jackson from Kenya. Great stuff. Hey, big up, bro. Femi from London. Unruly from Jamaica, Spanish Town. This is mad worldwide indeed. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. You lot's support is amazing. Maryland, USA. Big up. Hope everyone's well, man. Keeping safe wherever you at. Do you think we'll buy a creative midfielder? I think we're definitely looking at Awa. How do you say this guy's name? But when I've watched him for Lyon, man, that guy is some player. And if we can get him, apparently they're willing to sell him for the right amount of money. So I would definitely be trying to get that deal done. India. Madrid, Spain. Trini, hey. Worldwide, man, we're here. If Juve wants Lacazette, we should swap for Dybala, take it or leave it. I totally agree with that. I saw the players that they were talking about offering to us. I was like, come on, man. There's no way I'm taking, they were talking about Rugani. I think they said Douglas Costa. Those guys are not the answer. Dybala, apparently they want to let him go. I'd be saying, look, man, we'll give you Lacazette for Dybala. If you don't want to do it, then leave it. Let's walk away, man. There's no rush to sell Lacazette. Guyanese. Dybala, never. You never know, man. Let's see how bad they want Lacazette. From Oman, big up, bro. Thoughts of Rugani from Juve. Swap with Bellerin. That's interesting. I haven't really heard that one. If you watch the program, you know I'm not the biggest fan of Hector Bellerin. That's for sure. I think the problem is there aren't many good right backs out there who are that good at the moment. Who we could get. I see a link with Nathaniel Klein actually on a free. It wasn't from a great source. It was newspaper talk. Lacazette swap for Ronaldo. Hey, I wouldn't mind, man. I'd take Ronaldo for a year or two. I think we all would. Interesting story here that ESPN are saying that Willian was offered a 2-year deal by Manchester United and by Bayern Munich, and apparently chose Arsenal over those clubs. So, the 3-year deal obviously was the turning point. Apparently, Mikel Arteta met with Willian 3 times to convince him to come to the club. Where do you think Gabriel will go? I think he'll join Arsenal, bro. Seriously, I think we've got him. See what, Ronaldo? Yeah, I don't know if we'll get Ronaldo. I wouldn't mind though. Big up yourself, Curtis. We should just really leave the whole Rugani thing. He ain't levels. He's another Mustafi to me, man. I'm not a fan of Rugani. Curtis, what's your take on Raul and the theft that took place? His buddy system with these super agents getting big payouts. You think this will affect Arsenal's transfer window? First of all, I appreciate your comment. You're innocent until proven guilty. So there's no evidence to suggest that Raul was a thief. We've all got our own conspiracy theories, and we know how this works when you deal with these major agents, man. There's all sorts of backhanders going on, and money in your pocket and blah blah blah. But what I mean, it could affect our transfer business, because if he's got great relationships with certain agents, and then you go to try and sign a player from an agent you don't have a good relationship with, then it can affect that. But let's just hope that the players that we want to sign, we're already so far down the line with those deals that, Raul leaving isn't going to affect those deals. Apparently, Raul was, dealing with Aubameyang, signing a new contract. Apparently, he was dealing with Gabriel coming in. So, big up, Curtis. Could you do a live stream for us tonight for the Champions League? You know what? I've probably missed out a little bit on the live streams. As you know, I finished the season doing live streams on Arsenal. I was never sure whether to do live streams on other teams, just simply because the passion ain't the same when I'm watching it. But these Champions League games have been so good. I probably would have liked to have done them. So maybe for the finals, I won't be about tonight. I'm out, unfortunately. But maybe for the final, I will do Europa League and Champions League. Top 3 players of all time. Oh, that's a tough question. My favorite player of all time is Ronaldo, R9 Ronaldo, the Brazilian one. That's my favorite player of all time. My second one is probably Ronaldinho. I think he's the most entertaining, the most skillful player that I've ever seen. Number 3 is Omri, just simply because, it's the best player I've ever seen play, for Arsenal. So I've left a lot of great players out of there, but R9 was my favorite player growing up. I loved him as a young striker. That was my idol as a young player. Ronaldinho, just simply the most entertaining, the most skillful that I've ever seen. And Omri, the best Arsenal player. So, but I'm sure you guys' top 3s may be a little bit different to that. Let's have a look. Ozil's presence will be toxic. He has to go. The thing is, I think Ozil is still quite popular in the dressing room. I get the impression that the fans are still split on him. I think a lot of the fans still like him. A lot of fans want him out. And, I don't think he'll necessarily be toxic. I expect Ozil to be at Arsenal next season. I just don't think they'll be able to get him out on that kind of wage. R9, the phenomenon, unbelievable player. I have to say, when I name top threes, I always just name players that were kind of, at their best in my generation. So I'll never name a Pele, a Maradona, or anyone like that. I didn't see them enough. But it's difficult to leave out Messi, that's for sure. Upamecano or Gabriel, someone said. Let me just get that back up. It's flown off the screen. All right, there we go. So I've got to be honest, having seen more of Upamecano, I think he's an absolute tank. I haven't seen Gabriel enough, to be honest. So I'm going to support Gabriel, but yeah, I'll be honest, man. If we could have got Upamecano, that would have been the one for me. Aouar or Coutinho? I mean, you got to look at Aouar's age. I think he's, 23, 24? Probably 40, 50 million to get him done. I think we go with Aouar if we can get him, just for the age, to be honest. I do love Coutinho, though. I am a big fan of him, but as a 27, 28-year-old, 250 a week, 70 million at the end of the loan, I think we've got to go with Aouar from Lyon. Curtis, rank these Inter Milan strikers in order. R9, Adriano, Milito, Eto'o, and Vieri. PS, people forget how good Adriano was, but obviously R9 is number one. Great question. Of course, for me, R9 is top dog. That's difficult because then I'm looking. Adriano, for me, could have been one of the best strikers, in the world by miles, but he didn't achieve what he should have. So for that reason, I will have to put Eto'o above Adriano, even though I probably like Adriano more than Eto'o, but Eto'o achieved so much. I'll put Adriano third. I'll go Christian Vieri at 4 and Milito at 5. Inter have had some great strikers over the years, man. I see what Lukaku was doing yesterday as well, man. He's not in their category, but he's turned it around since he's gone there. We should go for Thiago as Ceballos replacement and sell Xhaka to get Partey way better. I mean, I'd love that. I think Thiago will probably end up at Liverpool, which is a shame because he is a fantastic player. Yeah, Robert, I've just seen this being reported as well, saying that Decore has agreed a 4-year contract with Everton. A player that Arsenal were being linked with, actually, last season, Decore. Would you have taken him? They reckon around 35 million now. A decent player. I think he's a lot more attacking than he used to be. Oh, man, what a question. Prime CR7 or Prime Messi? You've got to go Prime Messi because I feel like Messi, you could just give him the ball anywhere on the pitch and he could make something happen. He could get the ball in his own half and run past 7 players. It's a tough one. That debate goes on and on, but I think Prime Messi, you can't really go. You can't go Ronaldo above Messi at his very best. He was on another planet. Thoughts on Jose and Spurs? I mean, they've signed Joe Hart today. He's second choice goalkeeper, innit, man? So, I don't think we're going to get carried away. But I think if Jose's not backed at Spurs, that won't work out, man. He'll start whinging. And if they back him and he gets Kane scoring, then maybe he'll have a chance. But Tottenham are definitely going to have to spend money. That's for sure. Hi, Curtis. By the way, Chelsea, Man United and Arsenal, who would you say had a better season? Enjoying your show. Keep up, man, the good work. Bless. I've seen this question asked a lot. Who had the better season, Chelsea, Man United or Arsenal? I always say it's crazy because when you play football at any sort of level, you don't remember a season where you came second, third, fourth. It's become more important for the club and what you can do in terms of building from that position. So we know that, you get in the Champions League, you get more money, you can attract bigger players, pay bigger wages. But, you know, winning trophies, winning the 2020 FA Cup, we'll remember that in 10, 15 years. You won't talk about, oh, Man United in 2020 came third. No one will care about that. So it's a difficult one, man. I think certainly not Chelsea. They didn't win anything. They came fourth, so it isn't them. I mean, your league season is what it's all about, but I'm going to big Arsenal up, man. We were terrible in the league, but it's about trophies. You play football to win trophies at the end of the day, so I'm going to go for Arsenal, even though we were absolutely shocking in the Premier League. Do you think Kroenke will ever leave or invest? Well, I mean, I don't know which one he'll do first, to be honest. Hopefully he invests. Leave, I just don't think we've got any chance of him doing that at the moment. I remember R9 was making up skills on the field. I remember watching a game. He was running at 1,000 miles an hour and was doing flip-flaps through people's legs. One of the players I would run yard to watch. Genuinely, honestly, I could not get home quick enough to watch him. You know, when he was at Barcelona, I mean, that is simply the best striker I've ever seen. The real Ronaldo. Big up, bro, from Trinidad and Tobago. Hey, big up, Nabi, man. I've been to Trinidad before, actually. Port of Spain. Lovely place, man. Willock has more outfield goals than Fernandes. Willock should step up. Well, he needs to step up. He definitely needs to step up. Joe Willock. He's got potential. I said this yesterday. I was speaking with Deluded about it, and we were saying, you know, Willock, he's a frustrating player, but there's definitely talent there. Best player you've ever seen live, it will have to be. See, I haven't seen Ronaldinho live. I would say it'd be Omri or Cristiano Ronaldo. Probably they're the two best I've seen in a live game. Your ideal midfield next season, realistic. I would, do you know what? And someone here has actually basically answered that for me. Partey, Aouar, and Ceballos in a 3. I mean, that would be outstanding. I think that's a lot to ask. I don't think we'll get all 3. And I mean, it's interesting what's happening with Dani Ceballos. It looks like he's going to start pre-season at Real Madrid. Arsenal are continuing talks. I think they're talking about, you know, the price for the loan fee again and how much he'll cost. I think Arsenal have to get him back. And I actually think we need the option to buy. We can't just simply have Ceballos on loan and at the end of the loan just say, I'll have him back, and they can turn around and go, all right, we want 60 million for him. Or you know what? He's that good now that Real Madrid will just bring him back. So if we loan Ceballos next season, put an option to buy in that contract. Ceballos is what, 24, 23, 24? Spanish international, finished the season really well. We can't be a development centre. I want the option that, look, if this guy has a great season, we sign him. Martinelli or Saka? Listen, for me, you guys may not agree, it's Martinelli. I look at Martinelli and I just think he's going to be a superstar. I think he'll play up front eventually. And I just think he's going to be a top player. The fact he'll, you know, be a Brazilian international as well, that will create a bigger hype around him. And I think Martinelli I just think he's the one out of the young players. That's taking nothing away from Saka. I think he's a brilliant player. I just think it's going to be hard for him at times to get in the team. Do you think Coutinho will come? I think he would have come to us, but I just think Barcelona are going to keep him. I just don't see why. Why would Barcelona want to let Coutinho go on loan for this season? I think it doesn't make any sense. 3 players in the thumbnail is exactly what we have to get done to build a spine, and that's it. That's why I found that picture, because it was like, you know, Gabriel at the back. We definitely need a centre back who can give us some stability, some aggression. I just think, you know, I've got a good friend who plays in the Premier League, and he's a striker. I won't name his name because, you know, I don't want to, you know, get him into problems. He said to me that Arsenal are the easiest team to play against out of the top, the big six, if you like, in the Premier League. He said, you get time and space. You can, they allow you to play, and that's the problem. He was like, you play against Man City, they try and get the ball off you quickly. Liverpool will press you quick. You play against Chelsea, you got like Kante pressing you. Tottenham have got Sissoko, he makes it difficult. He just said Arsenal, they're not that difficult to play against, and I think that's what Arsenal have to change. You can't play every game free flowing, brilliant football, and and just blow, everyone off the pitch and just, play attractive, free-flowing football. Sometimes you got to be hard to beat, man, and that's what we need to improve. Do you think Arteta will leave if he makes it big at Arsenal? I mean, I hope not. We were talking about this yesterday. In fact, me and Deluded again, and they were saying, will Barcelona come for him? I think Arteta will be at Arsenal for a while, assuming he does well. Prime Shamak or Prime Park Chu-young. Oh my days. I mean, you got to go Shamak. Shamak had a good little run at Arsenal, when he first signed. He scored a few goals, and then his confidence just seemed to dip. And he was just done from there. But Park Chu-young, I mean, I never saw him play live, actually, but he was not great. Get me on the show, Curtis. I rate your thing. Partey expert here. Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to actually do something like that where I get people on the show, actually. Hi, Curtis. If we get Gabriel, we all of a sudden look solid. Saliba, Mari, Gabriel as a back three. Arteta's system looks good. Or the players we have, add Tierney and Ainsley, Partey and Xhaka, a good team. You make a good point there. I do think that we'll probably go to a back four next season. I think that back three was almost just to get us through the season. Saliba or Gabriel? Let's go both, man. Let's be greedy. We've already got Saliba. Gabriel on his way, hopefully. I'm confident that deal's going to get done. I see you keep putting this, so I'm going to put it up. Official, Gabriel has agreed personal terms with Arsenal. Fee has been agreed of 22 million, and this deal is expected to be completed this week. Well, it is, but, it's just a case of everyone seems to be stating that, he hasn't chosen the club yet. He hasn't actually turned around and said, I am going to Arsenal. So I think that's it. It's just a waiting game at the moment. Start memberships if you are looking at producing more content so it's easier for you to host people. I need to look at that. You know what? To be honest, I'm still learning a lot about this YouTube game, man. I've only really been putting out content for one season. And this membership thing, how does that even work? Like, I need to look into it. Carter, you obviously know something about it. If you want to message me or you want to put it in here, I really don't know how it works, but I'm going to look if that helps. I know people want more interaction. So if I can do some sort of membership thing. The man says Prime Robbie or Prime DT. Hey, man, big up both of them, but it's got to be Prime Robbie, man. Don Robbie in the, he's the man at the end of the day, and he started all this, so big up both of them, though. Who would you replace Lacazette with if he goes? Who would I go with? What striker? I mean, I'd take a chance on that Edouard at Celtic, honestly. I've only seen a little bit of him. It's difficult. These windows are so difficult now, these strikers. There's such a lack of strikers out there. But I would probably take a chance on him. Young French striker, scored a lot of goals in Scotland, a lot of assists as well. How can a person like me be in this show? Hey, man, it's easy to be in here, man. I'll always try and read as many comments as I can. I will pay anything to get on your membership. Your channel is just too great. Oh, man. I'm going to look into it. I see you guys putting messages in here about the membership. I mean, honestly, I've seen it on other people's channels, but I actually don't don't really know how it works. Martinez or Leno? Yeah, as I said earlier, I would probably go for Leno. How can I contact you, bro? Curtis Shaw 9 on Instagram or Twitter. Just go and drop me a message on there. Do you think Mbappe can be part of the all-time greats? He sometimes reminds me of R9 with that explosiveness. I mean, you look at world football now, Mbappe he's one of the best in the world already. The guy's absolutely outstanding. I think he can be one of the greats. I mean, he's won the World Cup already. If he can win the Champions League, he's flying. When do you think Gabriel will join? I check my phone every morning for Gabriel and Partey. That's it. It's a bit of a, we're going round and round in circles. To see. I mean, you look at the Thomas Partey situation. There's reports coming out that we've agreed a 4-year deal with him. Actually, today it was interesting. The director at Atletico Madrid was stating how they can only spend 25% of the money they earn and the money they've already earned, unless, he was saying if a player activates his own release clause. Now, apparently the two players at Atletico who are being linked with moves who have release clauses are Saul and Thomas Partey. But apparently Saul's release clause is like 100 million. So no one's going to buy him for 100 million. So he must be talking about Thomas Partey in terms of potentially a release clause being activated. So I think Arsenal are definitely trying to get this deal done with Thomas Partey. They're at the Champions League now, Atletico. And I think there's a good chance this deal will happen. For me, he's the exact kind of player we need. I mean, I'm reading here, Football Ghana announced yesterday that Partey has agreed a 4-year deal with Arsenal and they expect the deal to happen by the end of the month. It's just a case of Arsenal activating the 45 million release clause. I mean, get it done. Just stop messing around, Arsenal. Best skills ever, JJ Okocha. You know what? That guy was some player, man. How many was it when he flicked it over Ray Parler's head? Incredible player. JJ Okocha. So good they named him twice. That's what they used to say. Arsenal for Coutinho, Gabriel and Partey. Get it done. No one else then close transfer. I mean, as I said, out of those guys, I think Coutinho will be very difficult. Unless the hierarchy at Barcelona say, do you know what? We want to get rid of Coutinho and it's not in Ronald Koeman's hands. And maybe then we could get him. But I think that from what I'm reading out of Spain is that Ronald Koeman may want to keep Coutinho. So that one could be done. Aouar over Coutinho. I think that, I think with him being younger and what I've seen of him the last few games, he looks a top player. Yo, Curtis, big up Wilson. Always supporting the channel. As you say, Ronald Koeman wants to keep Coutinho, so that could stop us from getting a deal done for him. I mean, any other players that you guys think we should go for? I mean, I like that Sabitzer, is it, who plays for Leipzig. I know they're playing against PSG tonight, so it'll be a good chance to look at him against better opposition. He looks a good player. What's your honest opinion on Bellerin? Seems overrated in my opinion. His transfer value will decrease the longer we keep him. I do not rate Hector Bellerin. I've said before, if someone offered me £30 million for him, I would get rid of him. I don't think he's a great defender. And his attacking is not great. And his crossing is absolutely woeful. Really not a big fan of him. How about Eric Bailly? He's just so injury prone, really injury prone. And I'm not sure. I mean, I heard Man United were quite open to selling him. Jamaican Love, big up. Neres from Ajax, good little player. Yeah, he seems to have gone off the radar a little bit. There was a lot of hype around him. Bar Ronaldo and Messi, who's third best? In my opinion, Lewandowski is the best in the world right now. Lewandowski's absolutely on fire. I'm a big Neymar fan, I got to be honest. I'm putting Neymar at 3, but Lewandowski's probably 4 4 or 5 anyway. But I'm going for Neymar. But Neymar's he's got to get them to the Champions League final tonight. Akanji from BVB. Yeah, I haven't seen much of him, to be honest. We can get John Stones. Arteta knows him well. He's English. Yeah, I think John Stones would probably be allowed to go, you know. It seems like City, you know, they're playing Fernandinho at centre-back. Even the young boy Garcia's playing over him. Van der Beek, another shout. He's a good player. I think he's being linked with Barcelona. Lautaro Martinez over Lacazette. I mean, I think Inter Milan want 90 million euros for him, so there's no way we'll be paying that. Nkunku from Leipzig. I mean, we were linked with him last summer under Emri, and he's had a good season at Leipzig. Grealish, versatile, oozes swagger, arrogance of playing for a big club. I like him, and I think he's a very good player, Grealish. I think they want crazy money for him, but I would take him. Omri or R9, be unbiased. I hate answering this question, but I gotta be honest, man. The Brazilian, he's my favourite footballer of all time, and I think he's the best striker that's ever played the game. So Thierry, I'm sorry, man. You're my Arsenal favourite, but R9's the GOAT for me. You know, simply the best striker that we've ever seen. Best of all time, in your opinion? Again, R9 for me. That's my favourite. That's my actual favourite. But I know a lot of people think Messi and people like that, which is fair enough. Do you think we should play 4-2-3-1 and get Coutinho as a 10, or play 4-3-3 and use Aouar as an advanced 8? Do you know what? I think we're going to play 4-2-3-1 next season. I think Willian could be in the 10. I don't think the Coutinho deal is going to happen. So I think, yeah, I think 4-2-3-1. Overmars or Perez? That is difficult because I was a big fan of Mark Overmars, honestly, but I got to go with the guy Perez, man. He scored so many goals, important goals. The link up with Omri was brilliant. I felt like Overmars left us a bit early, man. You know, I was really disappointed when he left. He didn't really pull up trees at Barcelona as well. Who do you think is better, Neymar or Mbappe? I'm going Neymar. He's a little greedy and a little bit more arrogant, but I think he's an absolute superstar, man. You know, this guy's been, you know, the pressure he's had to deal with, you know, playing for Brazil, you know, I think Neymar. Yeah, I think Neymar. Mbappe is an outstanding player, don't get me wrong, but I think Neymar is slightly ahead of him. Do you think Willian is finished? I think Willian's a good signing. You know, I know a lot of Arsenal fans are not happy with that deal, but I think by the end of the season, Arsenal fans will be sitting there going, do you know what? Willian's had a decent season for us. He's a lot better on the ball than the majority of players in our team. I'm being serious. He is quality on the ball, and I don't think he'll be on the bench. I think he'll play a lot of football at Arsenal. Inaki Williams, yeah, very, very quick. Again, I think he's got a massive release clause. Prime Sanchez or now Sancho? No contest, mate. No contest. That's not even close. Prime Alexis Sanchez is one of the best wingers to play in the Premier League. No question. Sancho is a long way off Prime Alexis. You know, I think he scored in one season. Didn't he get nearly 30 goals in all competition? You can't talk to Prime Alexis, man. He was phenomenal at Arsenal. Please talk on Callum Chambers. Not a bad player. Useful as a squad player. You can probably use him as backup in Europa League and League Cup and things like that. He's being linked with Fulham. I think if Fulham came back in for him 15, 20 million, I think they'd consider it. But would you rather sell Chambers or Rob Holding? I think one of those two might get sold, to be honest. How much would Odsonne Edouard cost? I think 30-odd million. I do like him. You know, I've seen him a few times now for Celtic, and I think there's something there. He doesn't seem too intent on leaving. Everything he says, he's like reiterating how committed he is to Celtic. You're talking about Willian until 35. He'll be a squad player by then, though. Prime Sanchez or Aubameyang now? Oh, I think as an individual talent, I've still got to say Sanchez is slightly ahead of Aubameyang. But you know what? We got to big up Aubameyang more because he's going to sign the contract and commit to us and stick by us. Let's face it, Sanchez left us when we needed him the most, so I got a big up Aubameyang. But yeah, Prime Alex is one of the best players I ever saw at Arsenal, man. I can't deny it. That guy was special. Partey or Gabriel, who is the bigger priority? I think Partey is, and I do think we need a centre back, but because we've got Saliba, because Pablo Mari hasn't played a lot of football for Arsenal, I feel like that dynamic, powerful midfielder is just a position we haven't had for years, man. Since probably Gilberto Silva, and look how long ago that is. So yeah, I would say Partey is the one that we definitely need to get. Over 900 people live in the chat at the moment. Subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, show your support. Channel's getting bigger and bigger. And I really appreciate all you guys' support. Let's do some more comments. Your thoughts on Emil Smith? I think he's going to have a decent season next year. I think that loan that he had at Huddersfield would have taught him a lot about men's football. He had a tough season in terms of, the team he was at, Huddersfield, they struggled. I think they actually sacked their manager. But he did well. I saw him play a few times, and this is what I think, maybe players like Nketiah and that need, and Nelson. I think they need a loan. I see a lot of naivety in their game. They've got potential, but, I think sometimes you need to go and play first team football rather than under 23s and the occasional appearance off the bench. So Smith Rowe, I think he'll have a good season. Would you take Sanchez back? No chance. Nah, no chance. He's on crazy money. He's older now as well. He's past his best. Leave him in Italy, man. Next transfer after Magalhaes. So I think Aubameyang and Gabriel will be the next two things, in my opinion, that happen at Arsenal. I then think you may see a little cool-off period. I think Arsenal will then look to offload. This is just my opinion. I think they'll still be trying to do transfers in the background, but I think, we've got a big squad with a lot of players that need to go. You look at Kolasinac, Mustafi, Socrates, those guys will definitely, Torreira may go. There's talk of Lacazette. There's actually a report saying that Lacazette, I think the chief executive of Juventus apparently is flying to London to speak to Arsenal about Lacazette. They seem serious about him, and I think Lacazette would do well at Juventus. They create a lot of chances. His hold-up play is brilliant. Can you imagine him linking it with Cristiano Ronaldo? I mean, I think he's the type of player that, if you play with or slightly off Lacazette, you probably really appreciate him as a footballer. His link-up play and that. It's just a shame he doesn't score more goals. But if we get a big offer for Lacazette and you've got a replacement lined up, then maybe you consider it. But for me, I think we keep Lacazette for one more season, just based on the fact that I think this year, with the players we're looking at, we're going to have a lot more creative ability this year. If we've got players who create and Lacazette doesn't get the goals, you've got to hold your hands up and say it's not working. But when you look at our midfield, we don't create a huge amount for our strikers. So I would give maybe Lacazette one more year. Best left back in the world. I think it's got to be Alphonso Davies or Andy Robertson. I'm probably going to go for Davies just about. Robertson is good, but I think Davies just looks outstanding, man. He looks like he's got everything. Dembele at Lyon. I've never been the biggest fan of this guy. I mean, I would rather go for Memphis Depay. I believe he's got 1 year left on his deal. I don't think he has really shown an intention on renewing. So I would go for Depay over Dembele from Lyon. I think he's matured a lot, Memphis Depay. He's captain there now. And I think he's improved. Costa for Lafayette. Are you talking Douglas Costa or Diego Costa? Either way, I wouldn't be too keen on either one of them. Any chance we can get a hour? I think so if we pay the money. But again, I think we need to sell three or four players. Eddie must go on loan, must promote Balogun or Jules. Listen, I believe that Balogun should be in the first team squad. I mean, I can't believe that he doesn't even train with the first team. Unbelievable. I mean, to me, looks like he's got more potential than Eddie. That's just my opinion. I think Balogun is, he really impressed me when I've seen him. Get the likes up, guys. Hey, big up Carter for your support. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Appreciate all you guys' support and your brilliant comments. Keep subscribing. The channel will get bigger and bigger. And then we can do more, the bigger the channel gets. Luis Torren, any truth behind that, Curtis? I mean, that's interesting, isn't it? Give him a new contract and then potentially sell him. I don't see it happening personally, but we've got a lot of centre-backs. And, if someone comes in with an offer for him, maybe they'll think, we'll let him go. But I haven't heard much about it. Balogun is a baller. I'm telling you, I think this guy is a very good player. You think Gabriel will choose us over Napoli? Come on, man. Surely, innit? But you just never know. You never know. Maybe he thinks he's going to be exposed more defensively if he comes to Arsenal, where it's a little more solid in Italy. And, they've got Manolas and Koulibaly. He may feel a little more protected over there. But I would like to think so, with the connections we've got. Smash those likes. Hey, big up Martin Atkinson, eh? Bit of a dodgy referee, man. But, hey, most referees are dodgy, man. If only it was the real one. Saka or Martinelli? Yeah, as I said earlier, man, I'll go Martinelli. I think the ceiling is slightly higher for him. I think he'll become a striker. We got David Luiz and Willian for sure. So yeah, we got that Brazilian connection, man. So hopefully Gabriel sees that. Koulibaly is the most overrated centre-back I've ever watched. I do have to admit, I've seen him the last couple of games. I've not been impressed with him. They're talking about 90 million euros. I have not been impressed. What's your Twitter, Curtis? It's Curtis Shaw 9. Just a number 9 at the end. So yeah, go on there if you want to see. I'm usually going on about something on there. What is the chances of signing up on Makana? I think this summer, I don't think he'll leave unless someone pays a big fee for him. Maybe next summer. If we're back in the Champions League, they can revisit it. 900 plus watching. Come on, guys. Let's all smash the like. Takes a second. That's it, man. 1 second. Smash the like. Subscribe if you haven't already. It's free. It's a great way to support the channel. I appreciate all you guys watching. Can you please name your starting 11 next season? All right, let's go. This is quickly what I'll go with. I'll go Leno in goal. I go Ainsley at right back. Tierney at left back. We go Gabriel and Saliba centre back. Midfield 3, I will go Partey, Ceballos, and I'll go Partey, Ceballos, and Aouar. I'm being greedy here. Front 3, I'll go Willian, Aubameyang, Pepe. Lacazette on the bench. For now. Ainsley at right. Bro, come on. Listen, you can't tell me Bellerin is our best right back. And I've seen Cedric a few times, man. I'm not rating him. I think Ainsley's decent, man. You can coach him at right back. Bellerin, I'm just not a fan. I'll be honest. Players to keep an eye on from the academy that you could see making first team impact. Big ups from New Zealand. Hey, big ups. Where are you at, man? Wellington, Auckland, where are you? Emil Smith-Rowe, I think Zach Medley, although he's gone out on loan, and Balogun. Balogun's the one for me. I just don't understand why he's not getting a chance. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is still 22. People forget that. It's true, man. The guy's 22. He can improve. There was rumours that Raul Sanelli wanted him out. He wanted to cash in on him to raise funds to buy other players. I think Arteta will keep him. I really do. Bellerin's lost his pace, and that's all he had. And listen, honestly, I'm not getting on to Hector Bellerin. You guys tell me if I'm wrong here. Hector Bellerin, when he first came through, he was lightning quick. He got up and down the pitch. He overlapped the winger. His recovery was fantastic. I look at the guy now. He's lost half a yard of pace. His crossing is absolutely dreadful. At the Emirates, they're constantly moaning about his crossing. I've seen him this season get ripped apart defensively. Richarlison, St. Maximum, even Nathan Redmond was targeting him. I've seen Sterling. I know these are decent players, but, proper ripping him apart. I can't see what the hype is around Hector Bellerin. Tell me what he's good at. Honestly, I just don't rate the guy. Really don't rate him. If Balogun leaves, it will be another Gnabry situation. I could see it being that. Honestly. Bellerin looks so uncomfortable on the ball. He's just... I don't know, man. I do not know. Your starting 11 is Martinez, Ainsley, Tierney, Saliba, Mari, Ceballos, Partey, Aouar, Saka, Aubameyang, and Pepe. So you're going Saliba and Mari. See, Pablo Mari for me needs to be a squad player. I think we need another centre-back who's probably a level above Pablo Mari. What do you guys think about Pablo Mari? I know he hasn't been at the club yet for long. Only played a few games and then he got injured, but he looks very slow to me. So I'm not too sure. When Aubameyang leaves and Lacazette, Saka on the left wing and then Martinelli at striker, then Pepe on right wing. Yeah, I know what you say. Well, we don't want to think about that for a while. Aubameyang, hopefully 3 more years. Mari is way too slow, in my opinion. Mari is a baller. Did you rate Per and big effing German? No, I didn't. No, honestly, I didn't rate Mertesacker. Love you, Curtis from Indonesia. Hey, big up, Felix. Love your channel, guy. Keep it up. You talk facts about football. I appreciate that. Saliba and Magalhaes must be better than Luiz and Pablo Mari. The thing is, 2 young defenders, right? Oh, well, Gabriel's 22, but still reasonably new and new to the Premier League. They're going to take time to adjust. So I think as Arsenal fans, we're going to have to be patient with them. They're not the finished article straight away. So let's give them time to adjust and let's see how we get on. I'm going to shoot off, guys. I appreciate all you lot. 988 people in here. Brilliant support. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll be back again tomorrow. We'll do another live again. Hopefully, we'll have some news to talk about. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Have a great day. In fact, we was up to 1,000 people then. So fantastic support. You guys are really, showing great support to the channel. Thank you so much for all that. Have a great day. I'll be back tomorrow with another live. I might have a guest on tomorrow as well. Hopefully, we'll have something to talk about, some more news. Hopefully, a transfer will be done. Take care, everyone. Have a good day. Bless.